Hello everybody, here is Country Music News International magazine and radio show. My name is Christian Lamitschka and today on the show we present you
Heidi Raye.
Heidi, it's your first time here on Country Music News International. Can you please introduce yourself just a little bit more to our readers and listeners who may be hearing about you for the first time?
Absolutely. So my name is Heidi. I'm originally from Canada, and I have been in Nashville for 7 years now. I currently write for a publishing company called Harlan Howard Songs, legendary Hall of Famer Harlan Howard, and I am the flagship artist on Harlan Howard Records, and you are holding the debut EP from it.
Folks, that's the EP, and why it calls an EP is 5 songs on it. And we will talk about the EP now and the songs on it. Let's start by the first song, Heidi.
Junkyard. It is actually going to be the second single. It went out to radio, Impacted Radio last week, and it's going for ads on February 19th.
Next.
We have Down Home. It's just an aw shucks country song. It's just a real traditional sounding and wholesome, I guess you would say.
And I bet the next song is just for the girls and not for the boys.
Yeah, it's called Boys Are Stupid, and surprisingly enough, I've been playing that a lot on radio tour, and a lot of program directors are, husbands and fathers, and I've had a lot of them say that they would stand by that statement and endorse that for their teenage daughters.
We Ain't Friends.
That's the ballad on there. It's the heartbreak song about, after a breakup and the cliche of saying, oh, we'll be friends. And in this case, I said to him, definitely, we will not be.
Worth a Shot.
Worth a Shot. It's the title track of the EP, and it was the first single. Peaked at 41 on Music Row 2 weeks ago, and, a little bummed to not crack that top 40, but 41... for a first single, we're pretty pleased with that.
Tell us a little bit more about choosing the songs for the EP, because you must have an idea to say, okay, you want this 5 on it.
It was hard. The decision came down to the label, myself, and the producer. And, we had probably a top 30 list. And so to narrow it from 30 to 5, it was, we kind of had to duke it out a little bit, someone, I had my favorites and my manager had her favorites and the producer had his favorites, so to try find common ground and make a well-rounded project that everyone was happy with and agreed with, and, so that it fits. The 5 songs, there's consistency and they go together.
What came first to your mind when you moved 7 years ago from Canada to Nashville?
What was my first thought?
Yeah.
About the music industry or?
About Nashville and so on.
Southern hospitality got its name because that is true. I love everything about the South, and I love the people. They're just very kind, caring, and hospitable.
Why you should be the next superstar?
Why should I?
Yep.
I would love to. It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. My parents will tell you that when I was 3 years old, I just told them that I wanted to be on the stage and sing, and I did my first solo in church when I was 3 years old, and I say that created a monster because that's all I wanted to do after that, and they couldn't really keep me off the stage, so I've been doing it quite literally my whole life.
What will you do when you're the next superstar?
What will I do? I will buy more blue jeans and cowboy boots. No, I hope to tour. Touring is my favorite. Going on the road, meeting fans, meeting friends. A lot of, repeat fans that I see. We become friends, and we email and text and call, and it's great to go out and share my music and have it, impact people's lives and to make friends with them. And I just hope that touring is something I can do for a long time.
What is the biggest change in your life now since you're in Nashville?
Being away from my family. That's been the hardest thing. They live still in northern Canada, and so I don't get to see them as often as I would like. And that's probably been like the hardest and biggest change is, I thought, well, I want to be a singer, I'll miss mom and dad and my siblings and nieces and nephews. but I'm sure it'll be okay. And then it's a lot harder. Then you can't really prepare for that. And sometimes I go 6 or 7 months without seeing them at a time, and it's a long time to go.
So what expect bookers to get when they book you for a show?
What do they expect?
Yeah, expect to get.
I come from the 90s country music generation. That's my favorite. I love to cover 90s country. So Shania Twain, Patti Loveless, George Strait, Alan Jackson, Trisha Yearwood, that kind of stuff. I love tempo songs, story songs. If you come to a show, I might throw one ballad in, but oftentimes I won't. So it's all fun. Try to keep it high energy. I like to tell some jokes in between songs, and we just have a great time.
You have an example of a joke?
None that I can say on camera, no.
Oh, feel free.
No.
No, okay, she's too shy. After the interview, probably she tells me one. Maybe we can share it if it's something for your ears and eyes. Well, let's come back to the music business. As a songwriter, where do you get your ideas from?
I try to draw off personal experiences as much as possible, for authenticity. It's a lot easier to write about a breakup when you go through a breakup. It's a lot, more real to write about love when you're in love. It's, good to write about a story song when, it's something that you've maybe not necessarily have lived or seen firsthand, but, sometimes you get them from movies. And, sometimes when you watch a movie, you're experiencing that too. And I think a lot of inspiration just comes from things that you've experienced.
As far I heard is that such a lot of male fans of you like to date you because you broke their heart.
Sorry.
Male fans?
Do they want to date me?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a few. I don't know.
No, we sent out an information to our listeners and readers before we set up the interview, and the question of most of them was, by the male fans of you, they want to date you and they want to know if you're single or not.
I am single.
So what they have to bring to the table to date you?
I'm waiting on Sidney Crosby.
Okay, folks, no chance. We are sorry about that for you, but anyway. Since the EP is out, she's doing really well. So is there an idea maybe to get a full album released?
I think the EP seems to be the trend right now. Singles are taking a long time at radio. I think now more than ever. Worth a Shot, we worked for 11 months. And so if you put out a 10-song record, you might be sitting on that for a long time. So we're going to be working on another, probably a 6-song EP, but we start recording in less than 2 weeks. So we will have new music very soon.
So folks, you see how it works. We start with 5, next is 6, then comes 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. So then we are by a full LP. So, well, where can fans keep up to date with you?
I'm pretty big into social media. I love running it myself first and foremost. I like to tell people that it is me. If you send me a message on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, I don't have someone running my social media that you're not getting a robot or someone else. So I do try to respond to everybody, and I'm pretty interactive on there. So find me on any social media platform. It's just Heidi Raye or Heidi Raye Music, HEIDI RAYE.
So folks, you know what to do if you want to keep up to date with her or sign to our daily newsletter. We keep you posted here on Country Music News International.